Hello guys, this is my first time doing a recording of what I'm drawing. I mean, a serious recording, and in this first part of the video, there is some flickering. I posted before before this video a warning because maybe it can bother some people and be dangerous for others. I don't know. So this is due to the fact that when I record with OBS, for some reason the screen flickers when I'm using the record custom window function, something like that. But anyway, here I'm sketching something for that alarm clock game that should have come out this year, I think. And some monologues by the characters were released, so I decided to draw something for it. And since it was Undertale's 5th anniversary, it was just another reason to do so. Um, I don't know how my voice is because I'm not English. English is not my first language, so this will be terrible, probably. But anyway, you can see me sketching here. I'm looking at the recording with you, basically. And initially, I didn't have any intention of adding a background to this image or any other characters, but in the end, I decided to give some context because I had started this drawing in the night, of course, because that's what I do. And then I think I finished it towards 2 a.m. because I'm insane. That's why. And but anyway, every time I do a drawing, I have the tendency to be carried away. So in the end, I made a background anyway, and this is what happened. So I added in Papyrus, and as you can see, I couldn't really decide on which expression I was going to give him. By the way, my sketches are always very, very messy, and I give you a warning, Papyrus's head is a little too big in my opinion, and this is how it is in the final drawing as well, because it didn't seem that big while I was drawing, but now I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, why is his head so big? But anyway, so I don't always draw when I'm sketching. I try to not be too close, like to not zoom in too much. But when I'm doing line art, I zoom in more, especially when I have to do details. Also, there was another sketch in between the first one you saw, where I fixed some things. For example, Sense is lower right now. And also the arm, Toriel's arm wasn't correct, so I fixed it while I was doing the line art, both the lower arm and the upper arm. I wasn't using reference really. I should use it more. Well, in my defense, I can say I was using my hand as reference for Toriel holding the marker. But anyway, so I'm doing the line art, and I was using Scratchy Lines brush that I do like. I like textured line art. As you can see, the Italian in me is emerging sometimes. I do like textured line art, but when it comes about, I don't know, when the line when I go faster, the line is thinner. I don't know. So I don't like very much how this line art turned out in the end, not because of the line art itself, because of the brush I used. But I wanted to have more texture line art. But yeah, I didn't like the result that much. It's very hard for me to talk this fast because, as I said, English is not my first language. Um, I I do go to university for it, but I'm mostly self-taught when it comes about it. So forgive me, please, if I stumble on my words. Usually I use less textured brushes than this one, especially in Clip Studio. um, there are so many good brushes in this program. It's a very good program, and this is absolutely not sponsored because I'm a nobody, but I just love Clip Studio Paint. It's a little overwhelming to get into at the beginning, but once you get the hang of it, it's a very good program. I recently passed from the Pro version to the EX version because it often goes on sale, on a 50% sale, and so I took advantage of it and bought the EX version because I mostly do comics. So it really works for me. I mean, I'm really enjoying the possibility. Oh my god, the chance to have all the pages on the left side of the screen. It's as if I were looking at thumbnails, and it really helps with the comic flow, which is really hard. But having everything under your eyes helps a lot. So here I'm doing the line art for the background, and it's not a very complicated background. As I said, I didn't even I wasn't planning a background, so it's a very simple one. And I used to struggle so much with drawing backgrounds. I think it's a thing that lots of people who love to draw characters struggle with, but yeah, something that helps is to think about the background as if it was its own character. But here, there's not much characterization, it's just something for atmosphere. It's for atmosphere's sake, I think. And also because I like to have Papyrus look at Sensorial in a weird way, like, what are you doing? And so I think I'm done with the line art here, more or less. Oh, okay, I'm starting to color. So there is a very useful tool in Clip Studio. This is basically turning into a Clip Studio ad, I'm so sorry. But there is a very useful tool in Clip Studio that allows you to basically select everything that's inside black lines and color it. So you don't have any, those little spaces that form between lines that are very bad to look at. I mean, once you realize you have those little spaces of uncolored stuff, you kind of die inside because you worked so much on a drawing and then you realize you left white crumbs all over the place. This is what happened with the line art of the door, because there the lines are thicker, and since this is a textured brush, it left all those little white sprinkles everywhere. And I realized it later, once I was done. Of course I did. But anyway, I usually don't do backgrounds with line art. Actually, recently it's a pretty recent thing, but this is all to fool myself into drawing backgrounds. Basically, I was trying every technique I could to find the one that suited me best. That is to say, as I said, to fool myself into drawing them. And I must say that I did enjoy to draw this background. I know it's simple, but it's like a big step forward for me. So yeah. Then going on, I added some eye bags for Sans, of course, and also some red on Toriel's face because she was supposed to be kind of drunk in the dialogue. Then now I'm using a G pen, the classic G pen that comes together with Clip Studio. All the other brushes, I probably said it before, come together. I mean, you can find them in the tools section. Most of them are for free. Now they added some things that are you have to pay for, but it's not like in Procreate where most of the brushes you find are you have to pay. I mean, but anyway, so oh my god, how many times have I said but anyway? Keep hydrated. Drink some water every time I say but anyway. You will meet your quota, I promise. Um, about the shading, as you see, I did some hard shadows. Then I used a kneaded eraser to erase some parts so they looked a little more textured. And then I erased with with softer brush, with the airbrush, so the shade would be more softer. And then I went in with the airbrush again on another layer and gave more depth in general to some folds in the clothing, etc. Then now I was doing the background, and about the background I used a softer brush. I think it's the watercolor brush. And as I said, I did enjoy drawing this background. There's something about doing more painterly shading that is kind of relaxing because um, you don't have to think too much. I don't know. I find it very relaxing. Drawing shadows in the background. I don't know. Maybe it's because they're a little simpler than shadows on clothing and all. But I am I'm a hobbyist, so I never went to art school. So yeah, I'm self-taught, as I said probably before as well. No, I was talking about English before. Um, I just love to draw, but I lack some basis. I think I do my best to study on my own. I do draw some. I do figure drawing and things like that, but you know, uh, it's a thing that requires a lot of time. And since I go to university, and yeah, the time is that's the time I can give to drawing, even though I love it so much. And then when I'm not drawing, I get very sad. So I think that drawing is almost over. Here I'm doing the highlights, and I used a soft brush. Then I went in with a watercolor brush to do some harder highlights. Still pretty soft, but a little bit harder than the other ones. And I'm not sure I like the red, the shade of red I decided to pick. I wanted the image to be warmer. I wanted the light coming from the door to be warm, and the living room to be a little bit colder, because it's good to keep kind of a contrast in that sense. If you use cold colors for shadows or for a part of a drawing, you need to use warmer shades in the warmer tints in the lighter parts. But anyway, the drawing is finished. I was just regulating some things. A thing I don't do very often, so I tried to push myself here. And then I added some more atmosphere lighting, and then my signature. Oh my god, my signature! And here is the completed picture. I hope you like this. Bye!